Hello everyone, this is Professor Kent and today's recording is Love It Again, and we are going to be starting the transaction for September. For the month of September, again, you have to advance your session date. When you advance your session date, if you're using 25 years, you needed to pick the date for 25. I'm using 24, so I'll pick the date for 24. So more than 1 week, I said okay. I don't want to back up. I don't need a backup, or it's recommended that you back up. Don't. This video is for my members only. If you want me to record something else, let me know. I will record that video too. I will try my best to record as many videos I can for the members too. Thank you for being part of the my community. What they're asking you to do is do a journal entry, and this journal entry they want you to do it on September 1st. So I am going to put the date to September 1st, and it is the invoice that we're paying. Control C, we are going to do Control V, and it is we are paying for a check number. We're paying a monthly rent. We already did that before. It's a similar time of transaction that we did before. We are going to do monthly rent for the month of September probably. Control C, Control V, monthly rent. I will double click it, and my amount is, the account is 5020 and the amount is 1800. Go to the next line. We have is 2580 is my HST. They told us the HST amount is 2340, and then it's coming out of my bank account, and that will be your amount. So this is your account. So going further, what we have to do is I will have to post this transaction. Well, we're done. My next transaction is on September the 2nd. I'll change the date. And what are we doing? We're paying for an invoice, and we're paying to the Bell Canada. Control V it, and it is for monthly internet service. For monthly internet service, I will just change it to 4. My debit here will be your 5300, and my selected, and the amount here is 145. I go to my next line. I have to double click it, and my next one is my HST I paid. The HST we paid was $18.85. I go to the next line, and we're going to make a payment out of the Bell Canada. That is your 163. I will post this transaction. Again, your transaction should look like this. I am done with this. I will post this transaction. We'll say okay. Going next is also September 3rd, and we're making a payment, and the source is your check number. Who are we making a payment? And we're making a full payment for these invoices. Control C and Control V, and I will put F capital, and then we are debiting the accounts payable. In this case, it is Kids Motion 2300, and the amount to debit will be 2503. I'm gonna go to my next line. We're gonna make a check, and that will be select. And then if you want, you can even enter an extra information in the comments. Choice is yours, depends on what your professor wants you to do. So I will have to do this. I normally ask them to put it in the comment in my class. So I will post this transaction. My next transaction is for the 12th, so I have to go to that date, and we are making a check. So this is my check. Control C, and I will do Control V, and we're making a Bell Canada full payment. So come on. So Control C it, Control V, and I'm making a full payment. So F should be a capital, and in this case we are making a payment for 163. So the debit will be 2140, and the amount they told us is 163.85. And then my next one is my 1020. That's my next one, and I will have to post my transaction, and I'll say okay. And my next one, I'm doing a transaction on the 13th, so that will be your 13th, and that is funds raised. Control C and Control V, and we could do advertising for a website. Control C, and I'll Control V. And it is FR. I could cut and paste again. I'll just do it this way. So my debit here will be in this case we have a revenue, so it's 1020. Money is coming into our bank account 4520, and then I go to my next line. I have 2560, and that is my 520, and my revenue account is 4180. And oh, I don't have an account. They want me to create it. I will say create. The account is 4180, and it is a revenue, and it is for advertising. We go say next, and I will display the my transaction should look like that. Must be equal. They are equal, so once you have your cursor, put it somewhere, then it becomes equal. So I will post this transaction. I am going to next, I needed to advance my date. Let's advance our date. I have to close this, my advance date to September 29th. I'm gonna go to my calendar, 29th. Whatever year you're working, you should stick to that same year. I started my company with the 24. If you're doing it 25, you could do that. I have an older book, so we have a lot of transactions that we have to finish for this one. I am going to go to my general journal, and that is my memo number 3. Control V, and it is the September the 19th, and it is we are Control C, and this will be my Control B, paid for gift certificate. My debit account will be your 54. Do they want you to create it? I don't know. 5430, that should be, no, employee gift 5430. Doesn't look like it that I have it. I have to create that account. Yeah, they did. I didn't. 5430. The name will be employee gift. I will say next. I think it was my amount debit should be 200, and then my credit should be coming out of your 1100 account. I tab it somewhere else. Your transaction should look like this. We're good to go. I will post this transaction. My next transaction is September 20th. I changed the date to the 20th. We are paying for a debit memo, and the debit memo, and there's a number for the debit memo. Control V. I think we have to create a new account for the payroll for 1 year. Control C it. I will Control V, and I will debit my, they want you to create a new account, and I will say 5380, and that is my expense account, and it is, what is it called, payroll expenses, sorry, payroll services. And I'll say next. And the debit, they want you to charge it to the amount is 240, and we have a HST. I go to next one, 2580, and the amount here is 31.20, and the whole thing comes out of your bank account, and that is my 2070. Your transaction balances, I will post this transaction. My next date is my 28th, and it is another memo. In this case, it is Control C and Control V. What are we doing? We already did this, sorry. The 28th. I already did the 28th, I think. I'm gonna check if I did it or not. Sometimes I forget. Reports, journal entry, all. I just want to know what was my last transaction. $240. So we did one with the 240. No, I did not do that. So I'll close it. I will do a journal entry. We are going to do Control C. Sometimes, you know, they get carried away. So this is for payroll to Control C, and we'll do Control V, and I can take F capital. I will double click, and it is for the wages for the manager. I will enter it. The amount is 4,200. I go to this. We are giving a 1020. We're giving them a check, and the date is on the 28th. I will change the date to the 28th. I don't know, maybe I made a mistake with the date. Just pay attention to the date. My next transaction is I have a class soon, so that's why I'm trying to record fast as I can. I only have 10 minutes before I get to the class. I Control C, Control V it, and this is the we received a donation, and it is put it into, could auto deposit into my bank account. I will double click it, and then this case it is going into your bank account, and then it is my selected. The amount is for $800. Going to the next, it is 4,100. That is my donations. Click somewhere else on the screen, and you can just put it at donations too. I will post my transaction. My next one is on the 29th, and it is a purchase invoice, and it's a cash purchase. Control C, Control V. Where did we for a postage receipt? Control C, and we are going to Control V it. I'll just do invoice, and it is CP2. I will have a double click, and this one is for a postage. So do we have to create it? No, I should have it. 5240, and that's my postage expense. The amount is $200. I'm gonna go, and next I have an HST 2580, and the amount here is going to be your 2026, and then I have it cash on hand. Double click, and that is my credit. I have to click somewhere else for the entry to look to show you the entry. We're good to go. Let's go on to our next transaction. We're almost there, and my time is running out too for me. I can be a little late for my class, I guess. So I am gonna, it's a sales summary. Control C, Control V, and it's on the 29th, and it's a summary sale for the month. In this case, it's a summary for the month of September. I have to put the money into my bank account, and they said no cash on hand, and that is 19,100 deposited, and my credit will be, my first one will be 420. That's for 2,500. Go to the next line. My next account is 4040, which is for 7,200. I go to my next line, it is 4080, and that is your 8,000. I go to my next one is 2550, and that is my 360. I go to my next line, and that is my 2560, and that is for 1040. So we are good to go. I'm going to display the transaction. The transaction should look like that. I'm good to go. I will post this transaction, and next one is also on the 29th, and that is memo number 4. Control C, and that is my memo number 4, and it is we're depositing cash from the cash to the bank account, and then I will debit my bank account, and I will select it, and the amount is 18,500, and I'm going to take it out of there, and I'm going to take it out of my cash in hand. We don't want to keep that much cash in hand. Robberies can happen, of course, or somebody can steal it, so we needed to deposit into the bank account right away. Going to the next one is my interest. I will double click it, and this one is for memo HP. Control C, Control V, and we need to repay the loan, and I needed to create some accounts. We are going to do that, and I will double click. In this case it's a bank loan. They wanted us, no, we do have a blank loan, and they said that is 14,000. that also we have to create a new one, which they want you to create a 5100, and I need to create it, and that will be for the interest expense. I will say next, and that is my 14,000. No, sorry, that is 2. Delete. I will put 2. Oh, this will be my 200, and then it should come out of our bank account, which is your 1020, and that should be there. So my transaction should look like this. We close it, and my next posted. My next transaction is also on the 29th, and it is a memo that we got from the bank, and they're charging us for the bank charges. Control C, and preparation. When you do that, debit will be your bank charges. It's 5010. The amount is 45.50, and then credit will be my bank account. I will post this transaction. We're good to go. Now we have to advance our date. When you're advancing your date, you make sure I have to close this. I have to change my session date to the end of the month. In this case, they want you to do the 30th. We'll say okay. I'll say no for the backup. I'm gonna close it. Make sure you do the backup. If you don't, we're almost there. Oh, we have to do October 1st too. I thought we're almost there, but we're not. I am going to, where was I? September 30th. I am going to do my journal entry. They want you to do an adjusting entry, and that is memo number 5. Control C, Control B, and that is memo number 5, and it is an adjustment for cost of goods sold accounts. Control V, cost of goods sold is an expense account. My first one is 5510, and that is going to be 1900. No, 1990. It says 1990, so that will be 99. And my next one is my 5510 cost of, again, and I'm separating it because it makes our life easier. First one was the books, and the second one is also clothing and books together. We have 4155. I go to my next one. If you look at it, clothing and books goes together. My next one is my 5520, and that will be my 8200. I go to my next one is my office supplies use, which is your 5200. I will have to charge 120. I will go to my next one is my also supplies 5200. You will say that why don't we do it all in once? You could do that. You can join the accounts, and I just wanted to make my life easier and do it the way the book is showing us. And next one is your prepaid utilities. That will be your 5300, and I'm gonna credit it, and that will be your 290. My first one was I have to take it out of the books. That is 1210. 1210, and I will select it. First one was 1900. My second one is 1200, and that is your 4155. So we wanted to make sure. I go to my next one is my 1220, and that is my 8200. Next one, I go to the next line, 1300, and that will be my 120. 1310, and the amount here is 680. I go to my next line, and it is 1190, and that'll be 290. I made a mistake. That should be 290. This should be my 1990, because that's what they're showing us. Now we are good to go. I will post my transactions. Your transaction should look like that. So we're good to go, and let's go further. I will post my transaction. We are going to go to memo number 6, and that is on the 30th. And what are we doing? Final payment for the inventory, outdated inventory. We're doing an adjusting to our inventory account, and big is 5510. They told us it is 570, and I go to my next line, also 5510. That's my 1280. 1280. I go to my next line, and my next line is my 5520, and that is for 1990. Now I have to clear my 1990. I go, my next account is my I needed to take it out of 1200, and that is my 1280. Go to the next line. I have is 1210, and that is 570. Go to my next line. I have a 1220, and that is for 1990. We're good to go. My transaction, if you were to do it, it should look like that. Memo number 6. Now they said all the settled books are closed and make a backup. So we already made a backup, and now what we want to do is we wanted to change the session date to October 31st. I will post this transaction. I'll say okay, I need to change my session. Okay, I have something open. I needed to change the session date. They want you to go back to next month, and it is January 1st. I'll say make sure you do a backup. I'll say you want to backup. I'll say no, but you need to do a backup after every time you change the session date if you want to. And this entry, I needed to do it journal, and it is not on October 30th. It is on September 30th, and it is memo number 8. And it is discovered the check that we did not deposit. We are gonna go check, and then this is 1020, and the amount was of the donation was 500, and we are gonna charge it to 4100, and that is my credit. So we are done with the transaction, and I need to post that transaction date, or the transaction date, and will be affect your prior period adjustment. Of course, that we're doing this after the year, and I'll say yes. my year end was September 30th, and we advanced the monthly end. So this is all the transaction we had to do. I am done with this chapter number 4. Thank you for being a member. Thank you for your support. Take care and bye for now.